Hello, Mavericks fans. Welcome inside the Innisfil Twin Arena, where it's game day as the Mavs take on the Calgary Shamrocks here on a very stormy Sunday afternoon. Lots of rain coming down here in Innisfil. Lots of thunderous conditions out there as well in this QE2 corridor here as we welcome the Calgary Shamrocks to town for the first time in this RMLL season, which has been going pretty well here for the Mavericks, I should say, as they've gone off to the season with an 8-2-1 record, 17 points, has them second in the Central Division, and right now chasing only the Rocket View Silvertips, who are in control of things in the Central Division as we go into this Sunday afternoon, a Father's Day afternoon game for the Mountain View Mavericks, who are just about ready to make their way out onto the court here. New uniforms as well for the Mavs. They're donned in new home grays here. Big logo out front, as that'll be debuted here by leading goaltender today and starting goaltender for your Mavericks. And of course, Alex Swan makes his way out there, and the rest of the Mavs do as well. Great new uniforms here for the Mavs, much to the applause of the fans here at the Innisfil Twin Arena as well. Baron Van Klooster on the call today. Dawson Naylor away today. So a one-man booth, I should say, as the Mavs get out there. Boy, those uniforms do look sharp as Alex Swan dons a new number as well. Number 37, it looks like. So that'll send the old broadcaster for a loop, I'm sure, today, as we've got a whole bunch of new numbers out there I'm recognizing now. We'll figure things out as we get going.
Mute on. Mute off.
Alrighty, as we rejoin things here at the Innisfil Twin Arena, teams getting lined up. The Shamrocks making their way out as well, as they get hyped up for this one here in Innisfil. Like I mentioned, new uniforms out there, new numbers as well for some of our Mavericks. Most notable for me right now, Alex Swan, the goaltender, goes from number 1 to number 37. He will be your starter today. And we'll get back to the broadcast right after O Canada here in Innisfil. Welcome back inside the Innisfil Twin Arena, where we're getting set for a game here between the Calgary Shamrocks and your Mavericks. The Mavericks are 8-2-1 heading into this afternoon's game, a Father's Day game here in Innisfil, second in the Central Division. The Calgary Shamrocks, as they often are, they are one of the top teams in the entire league, 10-2-0. They are first in the South Division. We'll see what the Shamrocks bring to today's game. Mavs 6-1 in the last 7 games played. Lost yesterday by a score of 9-4 against the Rebels in Fort Sask. That means they put some miles on over the last 24 hours. We'll see how the legs are. Meanwhile, the Shamrocks, they've won their last 6 straight games. Jace Victoria leads the way here for the Mavericks offensively. 9 goals, but 26 helpers, 35 points. Meanwhile, leading goal getter for the Mountain View Mavericks and just 6 points away from being the all-time leading scorer. That's Hayden Sutherland. He's got 21 goals already this season. As we get used to some of the new numbers out there, will be Remy Pinchot, who sticks with number 6, taking the draw. Some of the new offensive players. Numbers including Grayson Edmondson moves from 83 to number 91. You'll see plenty of him, no doubt. Riley Lodemeyer sticks with his number 14. He is the captain, of course, of the Mavericks team. Jay Stalinsky's made a switch as well, now wearing number 11 instead of number 71. So a couple of notable Mavericks with new numbers, and we'll keep you updated throughout the course of the afternoon as well. We're getting set for the opening face-off, though. It will be Remy Pinchot taking this one. And looks like the Mavericks are going to get the first possession of this game as well. Away to the races here is Pinchot right into the offensive zone. Runs into a little bit of a headache there. Turns up. Gets the ball moving. Out to Delinsky. Now to Sutherland. Comes across. Mavericks working things here on the outside. Now backdoor opportunity there for Sutherland. I believe that went off the post. Might have got a touch of the goaltender. Moving things around here are the Mavs. Van Anderson will be the starter today for the Shamrocks as he faces another test and wears that one right in the mask. Mavericks with 2 shots early on looking for this ball, and they found it just momentarily, dropping it but picking it up as Ryder Baumann. Offense continues for the Mavs. Moving the ball around smoothly. Big opportunity. Here's Jace Delinsky. Delinsky spin move to the outside, left side. Now is soft pass back to Ryder Baumann. He can't handle that one. It comes to the line. Can they hold it? No. That one will have to go back into the Mavs end. Going after it are the Shamrocks, but Mavericks quickly scoop it up and send it the length of the floor. Racing after that could be nobody else but Everett Moratori. Now donning number 7. Moratori's also made a switch in these new uniforms for the Mountain View Mavericks. Shamrocks have it, though, as they move their way into the offensive zone. Out to the outside. Bobby to Curie. Now inside. Good shot on. Big save. Alex Swan. Great movement there from the big goaltender Alex Swan to get a piece of that one. Fights it off, but the Shamrocks still have possession. Moving the ball well with Tate Peterson. Spins around. Far side pass that's picked up by Alex Swan. Now a long pass opportunity for Brendan Harnick, and that can't be brought down. Back the other way now. Shamrocks with the ball. They're moving their way up the floor. Pass into the middle. This is broken up. Quickly picked up here. The Shamrocks still have it, and they hold on to it. Now moving out to the outside. Back in the offense. Taking a step inside. Good defense here by the Mavs to press them out to the outside. Kai Klass doing a good effort there. Now a long shot on, and Alex Swan got a piece of that one. Fights it off. Mavs under some pressure here. And in they come. Nice shot on, and it's in the back of the net. The Shamrocks have a 1-0 lead. One nothing Shamrocks here as they get going early on in this game, just under 3 minutes in. Pinchot will have to try to take this draw again. Mavs down 1-0 here early on, but they have shown some resilience throughout the course of the season so far, battling back from a couple of deficits already. And they will have to do so once again today, down 1 early. Here come the Shamrocks looking for more in the offensive zone. Good pressure here by the defender. That was Kai Klass, I believe, to the outside. Nice movement here once again by the Mavericks. Moving the ball around. Now they found it. And now they'll pick it up in transition. Over the line they come. Right wing side. Stepping into the offensive zone, but a bobble here. Can they keep it? And they just will. Mavs offense can stay alive with Ryder Baumung now, who steps into the zone. Top of the arc here. Nice move by Sutherland. Sutherland spin move now has an opportunity. Couldn't get the clean shot off he was hoping for. Picked up by the Shamrocks as they make their way back the other way. Back in the offensive zone. Good recovery. Good hard defense there by the Mavs as well. They freed the ball up. In transition, this is Moratori. Puts one on and just getting a piece of that. And as the goaltender Anderson, and that one goes up and out of play. Mavs bench wants the call here. They thought that change was a little bit late. Could have been too many men, but we'll play on here. And now back official does have that call, so it will be a delayed call coming up. Mavericks with a quasi power play now already. Sutherland holding, fires! Loose ball to the side of the goal. It's quickly picked up by Delinsky. Backdoor pass. Faked on it and then took the shot. That one eventually went wide. Goaltender must have got a piece of that. New shot clock now. Sutherland tries his luck and he rings iron. Hit the bar as hard as you could hit it, did Hayden Sutherland, but ball goes up and out of play. Power play now coming up for the Mavericks. First power play of the game goes the way of the Mavs. Remy Pinchot is going to start out with the ball. Some deliberations here. Getting the net set back up after Hayden Sutherland rang I believe it was the crossbar. Absolutely nailed it. Just couldn't find the back of the net. Power play coming up now as the Mavs are looking to tie this game. Down 1-0 early on. Ball gets whipped around. Now a distance shot. A skipper by Delinsky, and I believe that one might have got a piece of the frame as well. That was a good-looking shot from Jace Delinsky, who's got it back again. Delinsky holds. Now will dish out. Gets it back. No shot there to the back door is Sutherland. The pass to the middle is broken up here by the Shamrocks. But it's quickly gathered back. Now a shot on, and Jace Delinsky finds the back of the net. It's 1-1. Power play tally. Great goal by Jace Delinsky to find the back of the net after forcing a turnover as well. The Mavs fighting back. Now 9-3 on the shot clock as well. And the Mavericks, after being down 1-0 early, have tied it back up. And we've got a brand new ball game with 15 to go here in the first. Lots of back and forth action throughout the course of the opening 5 minutes. We'll see if that continues on. A couple of Shamrocks colliding there at center court, and nothing coming out of that except for Mavericks possession now. Working their way in the offensive zone. Moratori's got it back. Beg your pardon, that is Delinsky who's got it now, the goal scorer. Delinsky, nice feather pass, or an attempt, I should say, into the middle, but that is broken up here by Calgary, and they're away with it. Good work here to hustle it up the court. Away to the races and into the offensive zone as they get things set up. Offense is able to establish itself now for the Shamrocks. Nice hustle here to the outside. This is Nicholas Lutweiler. Lutweiler tries his luck but misses the target. Now it's picked up by Gavin Ferdia. Ferdia will also try his luck on goal, but this time Alex Swan denies, and that does it for the shot clock as well. Back the other way, here come the Mavericks. Jordy Benko now gets himself set up in the offensive zone. Flanked by a couple of offensive pieces. Hayden Sutherland shoots and scores! Sutherland from distance finds the back of the net. And the Mavs take a 2-1 lead. Second goal of the season for Hayden Sutherland, who continues his torrid pace here to start the year. And the Mavs have scored 2 in quick succession here, and they flipped the script. They now have the 1-goal lead. Hayden Sutherland continues to drive the offense here for the Mavs. Big time goal off the face-off, picked up by Calgary. They worked their way back in the offensive zone. Quick hustle here as they're trying to get something established in quick order. Setting things up to the outside now, working his way around is Lutweiler. He's still got it. Lutweiler now, pass in the middle. It's broken up here by the Mavericks, but we've got a call. As down out front was Tyler Auger, and he is going to draw a call. Roughing call coming up, and I believe that's going to go against Grayson Admonson. Donning his new number 91. Admonson will sit for 2 minutes here as the Shamrocks will get their first opportunity of the game on the power play. And they work the perimeter. Auger now plays pitch and catch. Whitweiler's got it again. Now to the outside, the left wing side. Not blocked to shoot out there at Alex Swan, and he makes a big time save. Pretty easy stuff for the Mavs' first selection last year in the RMLL entry draft. As the power play gets itself reestablished here into the offensive zone. 25 on the shot clock and 1:25 on this power play. Working away to the outside. Lutweiler's got it, just couldn't pull the trigger where he wanted to. Now the outside, Tyler Auger. He's got it back. Dishes out to the outside, and Seth Miller trying to find his man in the middle, but that's broken up by the Mavericks in transition. It's Moratori on the break. Here he comes, and he scores. Everett Moratori. What a move on the shorthanded rush. Moratori finishes it off, but the pass out of the zone was made by Drake May. Wonderful heads-up play by both May and Moratori. Moratori shot out of a cannon from his own zone and was away to the races and made a beautiful finish as well. That was not easy in full flight. Moratori's got one, Sutherland's got one, Delinsky's got one. The Mavs have 3 and they're up by 2. Shamrocks back to the offense here as they continue their power play. That was a shorthanded goal, of course. As it's Auger who winds and fires, and Swan gets a big piece of that and holds on. Finds that ricochet rebound. Dishes it out now, right wing side, rush up the wing. Delinsky gains the zone. Nice pass to Harnick in the middle, who scores. The Mavs are pouring it on. It's 4-1. Brendan Harnick in transition. We've seen a couple of transition goals now quickly as the Mavs are able to pierce their way through the middle with lots of speed and showing some of that skill as well, able to finish it off. Brendan Harnick finds the back of the net. 4 goals from 4 different goal scorers. An ideal start on home floor for the Mavs. As we approach the 11-minute mark, here's Remy Pachon, picks it up off the face-off, fires one on and just missed the cage. It'll be a Shamrocks ball as they pick it up out of their own zone and get themselves over the line. Setting up the offense here is Lutweiler. Swings it to the outside. Sloppy pass here as the Shamrocks let one slide into the corner. Ferrati picks it up now to the outside. Auger fires on. Big save from Swan. Picked up here out of the zone. Mavericks working their way back. Waiting for the offense to get out there as well. Jordy Benko with Riley Benko. This is Ryder Baumung. Kicks it to the outside for Hayden Sutherland, who's got a goal already. Here comes Sutherland, winds, doesn't have the shot, tries to feather one off into the middle. Opportunity for Kai Klass, just couldn't track that one down. Now over the line, here come the Shamrocks back in transition into the offensive zone. They get themselves set up. Firing one on, the sharp angle shot there for Swan, who had no big problem with that one and made a big save as well. Here's Drake May. Just made a beautiful pass to Everett Moratori to get the 3-1 goal. It's now 4-1 Mavs, of course. Jordy Benko, this is Riley Benko who picks it up and shovels it forward. Offense can continue on for at least another 10 seconds here. The Mavericks have a little bit of room. Here comes Jace Delinsky. No shot for him. Peels off into the corner. Now Delinsky trying to work his way out. He's hooked down there. No call coming. And the Mavs will have to turn it over. Less than 10 to go now in the first period. Mavericks up by 3. Shamrocks into the offensive zone. They establish a little bit of possession here. Ludweiler out to the outside. It's a pass for Ferrati that gets away from him once more. I believe that's the third time Ferrati has had one slip by him. And that brings us in this lull to the media timeout, of course, as we assess what we've just seen over the opening 10 minutes here for the Mountain View Mavericks. Good start. Shots 12-9 in favor of the Mavs. Of course, goals 4-1 in favor of the Mavericks as well. 4 different goal scorers: Everett Moratori, Hayden Sutherland, Brendan Harnick, and Jace Delinsky have all found the back of the net, and that's what you like to see as well. Some of your veteran players stepping up in key opportunities here against the Calgary Shamrocks team that is very, very well established here in the RMLL. Of course, fans of lacrosse here in this province know all about the Shamrocks. The Mavericks and the Shamrocks have a unique tie as well, as one of the greatest players in the Mavericks history, Marshall Bloomfield, was traded to the Shamrocks in his senior year in order to go chase a title. So a little bit of a connection there between these two teams. Shamrocks off to a great start this year as well. They're 10-2. But down 3 goals here as we get restarted. Here come the Mavericks back to the offense. They let a shot fly from distance. That is number 84. I will have to make sure I confirm some of these new numbers for you here in the break, but I believe that one came off the stick of Jace Victoria. Leading goal scorer, leading point getter, I should say, for the Mavericks. Here's the leading goal scorer, Sunderland, who just missed the target. Picked up here by the Shamrocks in their own zone. Can they transition over half? A sloppy pass there. It's picked up back the other way. Here they come into the offensive zone. Grayson Edmondson, swim move. He's got room. Tried to put one over the top. Just couldn't find the back of the net there. Edmondson with great athleticism there. Back the other way. Here come the Shamrocks into the offensive zone. They get themselves started up here. Wilson Inglis turns one over though. Mavericks, they in turn have a loose ball, but it's picked up by Pinchon. And now the Mavs can keep working in the offensive zone. Out to the offense. This is Delinsky. Long shot on from Jace Delinsky. Rebound was there for Baumung. He just couldn't put that one home. Here comes Moratori now. He finds the loose ball as the Mavericks are able to set up, but then we've got a violation here as a step was taken in the crease, so it's going to be a turnover and a Shamrocks ball. Picked up here by the Shamrocks as they work their way over. Into the offensive zone they come. Worked away by Nicholas Ludweiler. He's out to the outside. Ludweiler's got it back. Nifty move. And I believe Swan got a piece of that one. Maybe the bar. No new shot clock. The Shamrocks are going to run out of time. I beg your pardon. No, they were indeed credited for the shot there. So we'll continue on here as the Shamrocks forced to the outside. Great defensive pressure put on there by the Mavericks. Eastern Erdmann going to work, but picking that one up and flying through the crease area was Gavin Ferrati. And Ferrati with a dangerous looking opportunity, but the Mavericks up to the task. We've got about 7.5 minutes to go here in the first period. Mavericks back on the offense, up 3 goals. Here comes Ryder Baumung, handle lane, now finds the shot and fires one off, I believe. Piece of equipment there of a Shamrocks player. It comes in the corner, picked up here by the Shamrocks. Can they get themselves out? And they'll try to transition, but can't get by half. Good recovery here by the Mavericks. That's Jace Victoria, carries it back in the zone. Kicks it to the outside, right-hand side now. Mavericks working their way into the middle. The swim move there, gets it back now. Victoria over to Baumung. This is Sunderland. Hayden Sunderland now steps up wide, fires, now fires. And that loose ball is quickly gobbled up here by the goaltender. That is Reese Bjornsson. On to the offense now, Ingles. This is Blake Anderson. Anderson now, left wing side, has a bit of a corner on his man. Dishes out. Auger, nice move by Auger. He doesn't realize he still has it. Now fires and scores. Tyler Auger made a nice move to the area, lost the ball, didn't realize he even still had it, found it back quickly, and fires one low and hard and beats Alex Swan. It's a 4-2 ball game. As we'll get restarted here. Mavs in a little bit of a lull right now. They scored 3 in quick succession. And now we'll look back to get back to the offense. There we go. Face off. Won by the Shamrocks. They're away to the offensive zone by Dwyer. And he rings the iron. Oh, Dwyer with a dangerous opportunity right off the face-off. And he'll make the change. An offensive player will join the fray. Opportunity here to set up. Now the Shamrocks. Lutweiler will fire one on, and that is denied by Swan. Big rebound collected, however, by Calgary. They will press on. Here's Auger. Now into the inside. Picked off. Back the other way. Here come the Mavericks. This is Moratori away, and he rings the bar. Everett Moratori rings the iron as he was absolutely away to the races. Here comes Jace Dolinsky looking to keep the pressure on. Moratori needs a change. Dolinsky will carry on. Gives it to Ryder Baumung now with half the shot clock to go. It's Sutherland. Nice dish out. Opportunity to fire one on. That was, I believe, Victoria who just missed the target. Now it's picked up again. Here's Victoria. Fires on. Big save by Bjornsson. Bobbled pass, however, quickly regathered by the Shamrocks as they will continue on now into the offensive zone. Bit of a 2-on-1 developing now. A rebound opportunity there. It was Seth Miller. Just ran out of the angle there, did Miller. Couldn't get a clean shot off. Now it's picked up here by the Mavericks. They're way over half. Some changes being made here as they await reinforcements off the bench. Less than 5 minutes to go here in this first period. Big shot on by Riley. Benko is denied by Bjornsson. Benko chasing it down, a little too aggressive. This is going to be a Shamrocks ball. Dwyer gets things set up once again. Lutweiler dropped it for a second there. Faces some pressure as well by the Mavericks, and now he's turned it over. Jordy Benko bobbles but picks up the ball. Now we'll start the offense here for the Mavericks. This is Victoria. Gives it to Ryder Baumung. Left wing side. This is Dolinsky now. Jace Dolinsky, low shot. That's denied. Bjornsson with a nice save. The rebound bobbled, and O'Dwyer will pick it up. O'Dwyer now for the Shamrocks, under some pressure there, bobbled it, still under pressure, now it's back over half. Mavericks with an opportune chance here. This is Remy Pinchard slowing it down. Whistle sounds and we'll resume action. 3:40 to go here in the first, Mavericks ball. Here comes Benko. Benko dishes to the outside, Moratori can't handle that one, so it'll be a turnover here. Shamrocks with the ball. Long pass out by Bjornsson, right on the money. It's a breakaway, and they score. Jaden Kulknich finds the back of the net. And the Shamrocks, they make this a 4-3 game. Mavs looked fully in control at 4-1, and just like that, this game has been flipped once again. It's 4-3. And should be a good finish here to the first. Face off. Digging in here is Grayson Edmondson, and he got the ball. Grayson Edmondson's got it in possession, takes a high hit there, then takes an extra shot as well. And that is not going to result in a call, but it is going to result in possession here for the Mavericks. Edmondson taking a punishment there. Here comes Hayden Sutherland. Nice move to get around run checker. Now he's almost got around the second checker as well. Pulls up, gives it to Victoria. Now the Mavs slow things down. Pass across intended for Baumung is out of his reach. That ends up and out of play. So We'll have a restart here with the Shamrocks in possession. Here they come, away to the races, right into the inside. Tripped up there, losing his footing, was Gavin Ferrati. Now back the other way. The Mavericks have an opportunity to transition. Got to get over half, of course, within that 8 seconds. They do so successfully. Here comes Jay Stalinsky for Ryder Baumung. Baumung now pushes on his man and waits a better lane. Doesn't quite have one. Now we'll dish out to the outside. This is Victoria now try to get it back towards the outside, and Baumung couldn't do so, and the Shamrocks push it over half. Now they're away to the races with a 1-on-0, a breakaway here. Big save by Swan. It looked like a 2-on-0, turned into a breakaway. Here back the other way come the Mavericks, a 2-on-1 of their own. Admondson dishes it back. Benko scores. Had to find a microscope to see if that went over the line or not. The two referees come together. They say no goal. No goal. That one will not count for Riley Benko. It comes off the board. It stays 4-3. Back the other way. Here come the Shamrocks. Not much argument there from Benko either. I think he knew it wasn't over the line. Here's an opportunity. Firing one on. That was Kulich once more, who had a nice shot on goal, and that's denied by Swan. Swan playing big time right now. Here they come. The Mavericks back over half, looking for more in the offensive zone with about 90 seconds to go in this period. Sloppy pass here by the Mavericks at half. That's going to result in a turnover. Shamrocks able to pick this one up. Auger now moves it forward. Lutweiler running head on. That was like a bull against Jace Victoria. Puts his head down and runs into Victoria, who's up for the task, mind you, and the Mavericks have the ball. It's hard-nosed lacrosse. Calgary bench watched the call. They're going to get it. It's too many men for the Mavericks, and they're going to be shorthanded here. 1 minute and 5 seconds remaining here in the first period, so the Mavericks are going to be shorthanded for the remainder here of this opening frame. And here they come, the Shamrocks. Like I mentioned, with a good minute to work with, they get the power play started. Tyler Auger kicks it to the outside. This is Miller. Now over for Lutweiler. Miller's got it back over to Lutweiler. Lutweiler winds, and that one is blocked before it can get to the target. Admondson, he's going to find it, and he's going to move it forward. This is Brendan Harnick on the breakaway. Harnick is denied. Bjornsson with a beautiful save. Here come the Shamrocks back in the offensive zone. Ponchette for Lutweiler. Auger now. Seth Miller. Ferrati to the outside once more. A sharp angle shot for Kulich is put wide of the target. Shamrocks battling for it. So too are the Mavericks. Drake Mays without a stick. Now pass over for Miller is wide. That one ricocheted back off the end wall and hit the back of the net. Now 7 seconds to go. The Mavericks will have possession, and this should close out the first. We'll come back to the second period. The Mavericks will about have 56 seconds of PK time to deal with there in the second frame. But for now, a 1-goal lead as the Mavericks stormed out with 4 goals in quick succession. Shamrocks had made things interesting at the last couple of minutes of the first period, but it's the Mavericks who hold on out of the opening frame with a 1-goal lead. 4-3 as we head into the first intermission. We are going to take a quick break and be back with the second period here on the Mavericks YouTube channel. Welcome back inside the Innisfil Twin Arena, where the Mountain View Mavericks are getting set for the second period of play as they get set, or will continue on against the Calgary Shamrocks, up 4-3 after that entertaining first period. 4 separate goal scorers for the Mavericks, including Brendan Harnick, Hayden Sutherland, Jace Dolinsky, and Everett Moratori, all finding the back of the net throughout that opening 20 minutes of play. Mavs will start shorthanded here for 56 seconds as the Shamrocks will look to conclude their second full power play of the game. And they've got possession now as they start things methodically. Out to the outside, working their way out is Lutweiler, who fires on, and that's a big save by Alex Swan. Nice save there from Swan as he gets the transition going as well, kicks it into the offensive zone. Going after it here, Grayson Edmondson. Great hustle here by the veteran Edmondson. Gets it to the outside. Now working their way around here on the Mavericks, ragging this ball. Taking as much time as they can. Braden Sinclair working his way to the outside. Fights through a couple of checks, eventually bobbles the ball, but Sinclair goes right back at it, and more time has been taken off this power play. In fact, it's all but over. Shamrocks into the offensive zone, but they will be back to even strength out there. As it's going to be Auger who works his way around the outside. Backdoor feed, that was intended for Ingles, and that was just away from him, or Alex Swan getting in between that. Shots 21 apiece now for both sides as the Mavs work their way over the line. Into the offensive zone. Swim move here by Jace Dolinsky. He's got a bit of an angle, doesn't take that shot, spins off, now carries it in the corner. It's Dolinsky who gives it to Baumung, who fires on. That's a big save made by Bjornsson. Nice couple of swim moves there by McCray to get himself away. McKay into the offensive zone, fires on, big save by Swan, rebound collected here by the Mavericks. It's dug out by Brendan Harnick. Change coming here for the Mavericks as they get their offense out there. Hayden Sutherland now has it. Sutherland scored a goal earlier on in this one, of course. Moves his way to the left wing side, down to the inside, fires one on, and that's a good save made by Bjornsson once more. Pass out of the zone, a little too hot to handle there. Couldn't force that one down. Good Snee. Takes a shot at his man. Can't find the ball though. Now it's Easton Erpmud who carries out. That pass intended for Hayden Sutherland out of his reach, and he has to pull back, so the offense can't get out there. And they will stay out there for the Shamrocks. Onto the left wing side. On to the outside, it's Lutweiler. Losing the handle on it, it's the Mavs who pull it away, and they're into the offensive zone. It's Dolinsky once more. They'll dish off, intended for Riley Benko, just couldn't bring that one in. Now Benko will eventually find the loose ball. Remy Pinchard's with it now. This is Remy Pinchard. Dishes out to the right wing side. That's Sinclair now for Edmondson. Edmondson, nice spin move, fires on. Had to fight for that shot, now fights for the rebound and fights through some pain there as well. He's won possession for the Mavericks. Fresh new shot clock. Here come the Mavericks in the offensive zone. It's Victoria who takes a hit up high, but continues the play. Won't get that call either, but the Mavs continue in the offensive zone. This is Dolinsky who's fighting his way out of the corner. Jace Dolinsky, couple of spins, now a third spin. What a goal! Jace Dolinsky, what a beauty! A beauty of a goal makes it a 5-3 ball game. His second of the game as well. What an athletic effort from Jace Dolinsky. Fights through a handful of checks in the corner, battles his way out, and makes the leaping effort out front, and what a finish it was. Big goal for the Mavs. They're up by a couple. It's 5-3. Here come the Mavs looking for more offense as well as they keep pressing here. On the goaltender this time, a little bit of contact is going to initiate a turnover. Back the other way, here come the Shamrocks. Into the offensive zone, they dish their way out. Davies for Lutweiler. Rest of the offense joining the fray as well as Auger gets it in the corner. This is Anderson, whose pass up to the top of the arc was for Kimmich. Couldn't get a shot off. Now Kimmich back to work here as he's got it once more. Kimmich wraps around the crease area. Centering pass out front. Big save by Alex Swan. That's a point-blank save. That was a great save. Now back the other way. Here come the Mavs. They're over half. Can they get away from the check? Good pressure here by the Shamrocks, but Drake May doing a good job as well. Holding on to possession. Gives it to Sutherland. Some more of the offensive troops joining the action here. Sutherland's backhand pass ends up off the glass, ricocheting all about, and it's picked up here by Calgary. Nice pressure here by the Mavericks to turn that over. That was Delinsky with a great effort. Jordy Benko's got it now. Gives it back to Delinsky, who had that one come in and out of the cradle. Nice look for the Mavericks as they continue to buzz here in the second period. Otherwise, it's been a pretty even ball game between these two sides. It's kind of what we expected coming into it. Two veteran teams, two teams that have pretty high aspirations, I would say, for this season as well. This is Jordy Benko. Dishes to his brother Riley, who fires on, and that's a nice save made. Shamrocks in possession. They're back the other way now. A 3-on-2 developing as they take a shot on wide of the target. Picked up, however, on the rebound by Miller. Ratty now works it to the outside. Ratty takes a step inside. He dishes out. This is Anderson. Ingles tries his luck, and I believe Swan or the iron got a piece of that one as it deflects up and out of play. Nice work here. This is Miller who fires on. Big save once more by Swan. Good effort by Seth Miller as well to swim through a couple of checks. Here come the Mavericks offensively. Things set up to the outside. This is Jace Victoria. Victoria doesn't like what he sees. Dishes off for Sinclair. Now it's to the outside. Ryder Baumung's got it. He fires, and that one hits a piece of the frame. Not sure if it's a crossbar or the post, but back the other way. Here come the Shamrocks. A little bit of a rush of their own as Snee has to slow down. The back check comes. Big slash, and that is no doubt going to be called here. Beg your pardon, a holding call coming up against the Mavericks. Referees arguing. Saw a jersey pull on Everett Moratori, but Moratori doesn't like the call. The Shamrocks are going to head to the power play once again. Third opportunity. For the Shamrocks, in need of a goal here. They're down a pair. After Delinsky's second of the game made it a 5-3 ball game, and the power play off to a sloppy start as well as Auger has to race back to keep that ball in. They'll do so successfully. Now just 15 on the shot clock. Rush shot here by Miller is blocked. Picked up again. Miller will try his luck to the back door, and Anderson couldn't bring that down. Picked up by the Mavericks. Transition ball the other way, intended for Admonson. He can't chase that down. Shamrocks in turn will pick it up themselves. Ponchette is over the line. The transmission man heads on over to the bench. In turn, the offensive player will head out there. It's Seth Miller. Miller to the corner. Miller's got it back. Miller now winds, fires, backdoor feed for Lutweiler. What a nice looking goal that was from the Shamrocks. Credit to them. The power play tally. And that makes it a 5-4 ball game. That was a beauty. Good offensive movement. Sharp passing. Quick movement as well, and precise at that. A great goal for the Shamrocks. It's a power play tally that makes it a 5-4 game. The feeling we're in for a back and forth, very tight game here for the duration of this one here in Innisfail. Picking up the ball here in the offensive zone. The Shamrocks looking for more. Lutweiler's got it. He just put one home. Fires one. That one is over the target. And that ball is going to ricochet all the way back in the Mavericks' end. Offensively speaking, nice rush up, and that's a big-time save on Bjornsson. Good rush up the floor there for the Mavericks. Now back the other way. Here they come looking for more. The Shamrocks looking to tie this ball game up. Kicking it to the outside now, Heilkamp. He's under some pressure now. Flips it back left. This is Ingles. Ingles for Anderson. Anderson now to the outside. This is Ferrardi. Gets it back to Ingles, and that's a nice save by Swan. Here come the Mavericks back offensively. Braden Sinclair's got it. Sinclair gets the instruction, slow down, says the bench. Now it's Sutherland who tries his luck up the left wing side. Sutherland runs into some traffic there, is peeled back in the corner, now winding, slowly firing on, and now it takes a funny bounce, ends up behind the target. Will it count as a shot? It will not. And it's going to be a Shamrocks ball. Shamrocks offensively, they've got an odd man break. Here they come when they score. Tie ball game, 5-5 off the stick of Tyler Auger. Bit of a breakdown defensively there for the Mavericks. Caught sleeping, and Tyler Auger makes them pay. It is a 5-5 game. Shamrocks have raced all the way back after being down 4-1 midway through the first period. In fact, they were down just 2 goals minutes ago. Here come the Mavericks, though, looking to answer right back. It's Jay Stilinski. Stilinski now into the offensive zone and into the crease, I should say. Goes flying in there and is denied by Bjornsson. Back the other way. Here come the Shamrocks now offensively. It's Johnston who's pulled up. Gets it back for Tyler Auger. Auger now to the outside. This is Miller. Miller, nice spin move to the inside and takes a low shot. That one missed the target. Miller with a nice look. Now winding and firing his Auger, and that one is off the pad and out of play. Shamrocks pick it up and they continue on here in the offensive zone. Nice feed to the middle. Nice shot on as well. That one catches a piece of the iron. And Swan says thank you very much to the post. Mavericks possession. Sloppy transition pass, however, and the Shamrocks are going to be able to pick this one right back up. They head right back to work in the offensive zone as well. Looking to capitalize on some of these turnovers here for the Mavericks. Moratori playing some hard defense to the outside, forces his man to pass it over to Anderson now on the left wing side. This is Lutweiler looking to challenge. Lutweiler carries it to the inside, now swims away from one check, winds, fires, nice save by Swan. Swan finds that rebound as well. Now in transition, hits his man in Jordy Benko. Benko's got a couple down there. Finds one man in Tyler. This is Brendan Harnack in a battle. Harnack slips it out of the corner. He's got it over for Ryder Bauma. Jace Victoria now takes over. A little bit of a room here for Braden Sinclair to take a shot. Ran out of real estate. Now Sutherland tries his luck, and that one is denied by Bjornsson. New shot clock here for the Mavericks. Sutherland gets it back. This is Jay Stilinski now. Left wing side. Baumung challenging his man. Baumung now out of the corner. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Stilinski tracks it down. Dishes out for Victoria. Victoria has a lane, puts one well wide of the target. That ricochets up and out of bounds. It'll be a turnover, and the Shamrocks will take over. They've got it now over half. Pass is brought down here by Lutweiler. Pass to the inside. A nifty feed for Ingles. He couldn't put that home. Mavericks are going to pick it up. Here comes Drake May away with it. For Dolinsky. Dolinsky slows things down. Riley Benko over for Braden Sinclair. Nice move by Sinclair. He's got room. Sinclair fires one on, and that's denied by Bjornsson. Nice move by Sinclair. Good turnover by Riley. Benko forces it and now pushes it into the middle of the field, and that is going to be turned over here. Shamrocks are going to pick it up. Odd man rush the other way, but we've got a delayed call. A legal change coming up here against the Shamrocks. So a power play chance here for the Mavericks. Off the illegal substitution call against the Shamrocks, coming off the bench a little too early there. So a good 2 minutes to work with here for the Mavericks, who are in a tied ball game. And 1 point up, 4-1. Delinsky kicks it to the outside for Braden Sinclair as this power play gets started. Power play goal does stand earlier in this frame, of course, or earlier in this game, I should say, as it's Remy Pinchot trying his luck. He puts one wide of the target. Mavs power play 1 for 1 so far. For now, though, the ball is all the way back in the Mavericks' end. Picked up here by Calgary. And they work their way out. Battle here by Ferrardi and his man. Mavericks on this power play trying to find the ball. Ferrardi feeds into the middle. O'Dwyer can't bring this one down. Bigger pardon, that's Seth Miller who couldn't find it. Now it's Jace Delinsky who does come up with it, and he's up the floor. Delinsky now into the offensive zone. Had some room, now dishes over for Riley Benko. Gets it back to Delinsky. Benko. Behind the target now is Sutherland. Hayden Sutherland now. Backdoor feed looking for Sinclair. Couldn't get that one to go. Running out of time on the shot clock now. Got to force one. Delinsky does. And that is off an ankle. They're saying the Shamrocks might have tipped this one before it went up and out of play. Mavericks want possession. What's it going to be? The media, pardon me, we're approaching the media timeout, of course. I think that's what the officials want. Yeah, it will be a Mavericks possession here, but we will first head to the media timeout here. 6:30 remaining in the second period. It's been a great game so far, back and forth action. Both teams have had their looks, 10 goals apiece. They split them 5-5. Sharp new uniforms here for the Mountain View Mavericks today as they debut their new home gray uniforms with a smidge of yellow in there, of course. We take a look at the stats as well. 31-30, the shot clock in favor of the Mavericks as well. Kind of tells you how tight this ball game has been. Of course, the Mavericks did have a 3-goal lead at one point, but you didn't think that that would be all said and done, and without a doubt, it is not. We've got a brand new ball game here. Should be a great finish to this one here on a Father's Day afternoon. Big storm outside, big crowd inside as well, and they are getting ready for the final stages here of the second period. We'll get going with 6.5 to play. Power play continues on here for the Mavericks as well. This is Delinsky, who fakes the shot on, now kicks it to the outside for Sutherland, who will shoot, and that is denied by Bjornsson. Picked up here by Lutweiler. Out of the zone, here come the Shamrocks now. 2-on-2 into the offensive zone. Switching up the speed there was Heelkamp a little bit. Trying to shift away from his man. The Mavericks trying to force him over half, but the Shamrocks will continue on. Lutweiler's got it now. Lutweiler takes a long distance shot. That'll be no problem for Alex Swan. Just wanted to reset that shot clock, of course, but the Mavericks are going to pick up the rebound and they're going to head their way over half. Victoria for Delinsky. Jace Delinsky now. He's got an opportunity to get towards the net. Turns away into the corner. Sutherland. Sutherland winds. Doesn't take that shot. Tried to swim through the opponent. Now crashes towards goal. And the ball eventually ends up with Calgary. Back the other way they come. A little bit of speed into the offensive zone. Backdoor feed. That one is intended for Ponchette. He couldn't bring that down. Breakaway the other way. Riley Lodemeyer. He scores. The Mavs captain finds the back of the net, and the Mavs retake the lead. 6-5 ball game. 5:06 remaining in the third period, or in the second period, I should say. But that is a big goal from Riley Lodemeyer, who doesn't often find the score sheet. But the captain scoring a big goal at a big time. Battle for it now off the face-off. The Mavs are going to come away with it. Chasing it down into the offensive zone. Recovering, though, is Tyler Auger. He picks it up. Auger comes up into the offensive zone now for Calgary. Swims away from a check. Now kicks it in at the outside. Anderson gives it back to Auger, who fires on. Big save by Alex Swan. Here comes Everett Moratori. He's got speed. He's working his way into the offensive zone. Moratori continues on. Now stops up behind the goal. Spins away, trying to find a pass. Can't quite find the clean look he was looking for. Now gets it to Jace Victoria. Back over for Moratori. Moratori, fake shot now on his backhand. Will try to make something happen. Moratori dishes out at the top of the arc. It's over for Victoria. Victoria, fake shot now. Just couldn't get it off before the shot clock ran out of time. In transition, we've got an illegal substitution once more for Calgary. So the Shamrocks are going to go shorthanded once again. Shamrocks going over things here on the bench. They don't like that call, but they're going to have to deal with another PK here, as the Mavericks will have yet another opportunity on the power play. 4:09 remaining as G. Stalinsky will get the power play started here for the Mavs. Perimeter work so far for the Mavericks. It's Victoria who can't bring down that pass, but Braden Sinclair will help him out. Now gives it to Victoria. Victoria now, nice pass across for Sutherland, who makes a nice spin move as well, but ran out of some room there on the backdoor side. Picked up here by the Shamrocks, who will lug it to half and get over half as well. Now they're going to work for some offense, a little bit of a room. Beautiful goal. They're going to rule that one off. No goal, says the official, but what a nifty set of hands displayed there by Davies. It was back the other way for the Mavericks, who worked their way into the offensive zone. Got away with one there, you'd have to argue if you're a Mavs fan. Here's Delinsky now in possession. Gives it for Remy Pinchot. Back to Delinsky. Delinsky fires. That one is wide of the target. Is it going to ricochet? Oh, nice keep there by Remy Pinchot, but only briefly as the Shamrocks are able to pick it right back up. It's Snee into the offensive zone. Snee swims away from a check. Can't get away from the second, though, as he's put down. And picking up the ball are the Mavericks into the offensive zone. Now racing after this is Grayson Adamson, but he leaves it for his teammate down there already, was Hayden Sutherland. Offense sets up now with about 30 seconds on this power play. Sutherland now, backdoor feed. That's Riley Benko who scores. Great look from Hayden Sutherland to find Riley Benko, and he finds the back of the net. Riley Benko with a big one. Adds to the Mavericks lead once more. Big goal for Riley Benko. He's had a great start to the season as well. He's one of the big offensive players right now for the Mavs. As they get going. 2:30 to go here in the second period. The Mavs back up by 2. Here comes Moratori. In the corner, it's Everett Moratori gets set up. That pass out for Grayson Adamson is away from him. That's going to end up over half, and that's going to result in the defense getting out there for the Mavericks. Less than 2.5 to go here in the second as the Shamrocks pick it up. It's Olger who's got it now. Gives it over. This is Kimmich who fires and scores. That's a clean shot that beat Alex Swan. Kimmich finds the back of the net through a handful of traffic, I'd have to argue as well, but Swan certainly could not see that one and beats him low. And the Shamrocks, they cut the lead in half, now down 1. It's 7-6. So far, no lead has been safe in this ball game. We'll see if that trend continues on. As the Shamrocks pick it up off that opening or restart face-off, I should say. It's picked up now by the Mavs on the wall. It's Delinsky who gets pushed down, but play will continue on here. Delinsky a little slow to get up, but he'll get back to his bearings. That pass from Jordy Benko, I believe Liam Steele rather, was knocked away. And now we've got a call coming up. It's a turnover, so the Shamrocks able to pick it up in the offensive zone. It's Auger trying to chase this one down. Jordy Benko is now going to pick it up off the wall, and now Benko will race it out of the zone himself. Jordy Benko, a nice little swim move here to get away from a checker. Gives it over from Delinsky. Now for Victoria. Jace Victoria has a little bit of room here. Victoria trying to work his way down now. Victoria with a Superman-like effort, and he runs out of real estate. Back the other way. Here come the Shamrocks back the other way. Nice shot on themselves. That one was from Snee, and that one just missed the target. Shamrocks have had a handful of opportunities on that transition game as we have less than a minute to go in the second period. Leaning in here is Hayden Sutherland. Sutherland now has a lane towards the goal, takes a shot on, not as much as he would have liked to get on there mustard-wise, but back the other way now. It's the Shamrocks with an opportunity. Into the offensive zone, firing on, big rebound out front, and they score. The Shamrocks have tied it up again. It's 7-7 now. Mavericks have seen a couple of leads come and go now, and the latest resulting in a 7-7 game. Should note we've got an injury down there as well. Looks like Grayson Edmondson is laboring his wrist. As the trainer is taking a look at him. But it is another blown lead here for the Mavericks, who are back in a brand new ball game, 7-7. Shamrocks are going to pick this one up off half, and we've got a timeout called by the Shamrocks as well, as they've got possession and they want to draw something up now with 30 seconds on the game clock. I believe it was a Shamrocks timeout. Entertaining game so far as the Mavericks and the Shamrocks are proving why they are two of the best teams in the RMLL. Shamrocks coming into this one with a record of 10-2. Meanwhile, the Mavericks are 8-2-1. That one, of course, being that tie, which we saw earlier this season against the Crude. This period certainly has seen some swings in it, I would say. The Mavericks offensively have been in and out of the rhythm, I would say. In certain instances, they look absolutely established and dominant, and in other instances, things seem to slow on down. Right now, the coaching staff giving some last-minute instructions here as we will resume play with 30 seconds on the game clock, 24 on the shot clock. I believe that resets. I'm not 100% on that. We are going to get a new shot clock. And the Shamrocks are going to be able to hold on to this until the end of the period. We'll see what they've got drawn up. It's Auger who dishes it out to Miller now on the outside, gives it back to Auger. 10 seconds on the score clock. Out to the outside, it's Lutweiler who passes it back over for Miller, whose shot is denied by Swan. Rebound picked up and put home. I believe that is Ferrardi who put that one in the back of the net. Is it? It is Ferrardi who put that in the back of the net. He is the goal scorer. It is an 8-7 ball game for the Calgary Shamrocks. who have absolutely stormed back not once but twice to tie this game. And now they've taken the lead. Their second lead of the game. They're, of course, up 1-0 earlier on, way back in the opening stages. Scramble off the face-off. Both teams content with just going to the locker rooms here as we conclude 40 minutes of play. And with that last gasp effort, the Calgary Shamrocks are the difference right now with an 8-7 lead. And they'll take that 1-goal edge into the locker room here for the second intermission. Shots 36-35 in favor of the home side. The Mavericks do have the advantage there, but they are trailing by 1. Want to quickly thank some of our great sponsors helping make Mavs YouTube broadcast happen, including Platinum Fitness, Red Source for Sports, Ing & McKee Insurance, Curry Floors Real Estate, C&B Electric, as well as our other sponsors, including Marlick, TX2 Recycling, Pure Chem Services, Hydro Testers, TNT Customs, Thomas Group, and Triple Point Chemical Incorporation. Mavs down 1. It's 8-7 in favor of the Calgary Shamrocks. We'll be back with more in about 10 minutes' time. Welcome back inside the Innisfil Arena where the Mavericks are down a goal here as we get set for the third period of action. 8-7 is the score. Mavs with work to do here. We had an entertaining second period. I'm sure the third period will be no different. Big face-off and possession in the hands of the Mavericks here as we get going here in this third. Shots are 39-36 in favor of the Shamrocks, who certainly had a big push there at the end of the second period, making a couple of quick comebacks, tying the game a couple of times and taking their second lead of the game. There's Hayden Sutherland, who lets fly from distance. That was a nice-looking save by Bjarnason. Fights that one off into the corner. It's the Mavs who pick it up. They continue on to the offense. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Nice perimeter work so far. This is Baumung who will dish out. Long shot coming. Braden Sinclair tries his luck, and that ricochets into the area where it's picked up by the Shamrocks. Calgary coming away with it. McKay is forced to turn up. A little bit of room here for Anderson to work with it. This is Anderson who fires on. Big save by Swan. Ricochets off him into the slot. Picked up here by the Mavericks. Good recovery by Drake May. Drake May still with it now. Skips one over to the right wing side. A little bit more room over there to work with. Jace Victoria now into the corner. This is Sutherland now. He'll dish out for Jace Delinsky, who's had a good game so far. He's been all over it. Here comes Delinsky. A couple of goals as well. Lets one fly. That one hits the leg before it could hit the target. Now it's kept in by Grayson Edmondson, but they've only got one on the shot clock. They'll run out of time. Mavericks forced to turn this one over. Calgary is going to take over. That happens to ricochet all the way off the wall and end up right deep into the Mavericks' end. Picked up here by Lutweiler, and we'll continue on. Lutweiler, nice spin move away, but just loses the handle at the last second before he could do anything dangerous with it. Picked up out of the corner now by Calgary, and they're weaving around, trying to get some offense going. It's Anderson who kicks it out to Auger now. Auger under some pressure now, forced to the outside. I believe this is Lutweiler. Lutweiler carries it into the shooting area, but then he is forced to cough that one up. Good pressure put on by the Mavericks. Defensive recovery forces a turnover and forces the offense out there as well. Down the goal. The Mavericks pressing here. It's 8-7 in Innisfil. Braden Sinclair with it now. Under some pressure. He's forced to dish it out. Now left wing side. Sutherland will try his luck. Sutherland now loses the handle on that one. 3 seconds on the shot clock. And the Mavericks run out of time for a consecutive possession. So a little bit of a slow go getting into the rhythm for the Mavericks. Meanwhile, an outlet pass for the Shamrocks is bobbled. Now they're forced at the line to kind of cough that one up. A race for it. Who's going to get there first? The Mavericks have two guys over there. But a big battle from Kimmich to win possession. Then Kimmich is forced to turn it up as he faces a third checker from the Mavericks. And eventually that forces the turnover. But it's a sloppy pass. Jordy Benko now has to race after it offensively. And he can't find that ball. So transition team stays out there as the Shamrocks work their way up the floor. They dish it out. Let's see who has it now. For Kimmich, nice pass for Auger, who fires on, and Swan had to take a look behind him. I don't think he was convinced where that was, but he did keep it out. Here come the Mavericks in offense. Moratori can't bring that one down cleanly. That's a bobbling ball. Can they keep it over half? They do just barely. Moratori picks it up. Good hustle there from Brendan Harnick to keep that in. Now just 10 seconds on the shot clock, though. The Mavericks have to be quick. That's Grayson Edmondson. Fires on, and that's a big save by Bjarnason. Both goaltenders have been pretty steady here so far this afternoon. Bjarnason with another big save on that last instance. Here they come into the offensive zone. This is Anderson carrying for the Shamrocks. Engel waits for a man to fall. Mavericks player a little slow to get up. Eventually recovering though. Meanwhile, the Shamrocks able to recoup on the offensive possession. They fire one on from distance to try to restart that shot clock, but wasn't able to do so, and that'll be a possession here for the Mavericks as they pick it up. Kicking it to the outside now. The Mavericks waiting for reinforcements off the bench. Ryder Baumung. Baumung carries. Now Baumung trying to get the shot off, and at the last second had that one bumped out of his cradle. Just couldn't pull the trigger there. Good Ryder Baumung. Here they come. The Shamrocks back in the offensive zone. Now it's Tyler Auger. He forces up into the corner. Now dishes out. This is now Engel who's got it. Engel doesn't have the clean shot he was hoping for. Gives it to Seth Miller. Now to the outside right wing side. This is Say. Say now over for Seth Miller, who lets fly, and Swan with a big crucial stop once again. Transition back the other way. This is Harnick in the deep offensive territory, but he pulls back now, waiting for reinforcements. He'll give it to Jace Victoria. He's flanked here by Braden Sinclair. Coming off the bench as well as Baumung, but Victoria holds, fires, and that is blocked before it can get to target. Picked up here by Victoria out of the corner. Now faces a double team. Swims away from a couple of checks. Now trying to get away from the third check. Gives it to Sutherland. Sutherland back over, running out of time. They get a shot on, but that is denied by Bjornsson, and that will do it for the offensive zone position. O'Dwyer comes away with it now for Calgary. He's in the offensive zone. Nifty pass out by Kimmich. That one is too hot to handle for Anderson, however. Back the other way. This is Drake May. A little deception there as May faked the pass. Now we'll fire that one over for Riley Benko. Benko's got a goal earlier this game. Mavericks are down 1. This is May. Drake May trying to swim away from the check. Gives it up for Riley Benko. Fires on. Big rebound over the shoulder. Opportunity for May is denied. Point blank by Bjornsson. That was a nice save by Reese Bjornsson. Now back the other way. The Shamrocks back in the offensive zone. It's a 1-goal game. Ferrati Ratter gets away from a check. Now faces a little bit of pressure there from the Mavericks. That was Easton Erpin who bumped his man. Now gets away from some traffic. Liam Steele, I beg your pardon. This is Jay Stalinsky now. A couple of goals in this game already. Carries it back to the offensive zone. Zielinski now pushed up against the wall. Turns the ball over as well. Was looking to go back with it, but now it's going to be the Shamrocks who come away with it. O'Dwyer in the offensive zone. Wheels around. Looking for a lane here. Coming back in recovery was Grayson Admonson with a terrific defensive effort. This is Brendan Harnick now who takes control. Brendan Harnick now into the offensive zone. Finds Braden Sinclair off the bench. Hayden Sutherland is waiting for it here at the top of the arc. Waiting for things to develop. Sinclair now tries to dish it back, and now they can't get anything going offensively. No rhythm here. Shamrocks now pick up the ball. They're back in the offensive zone. Pressure being applied here by Calgary, who are holding on to a 1-goal lead here as we approach the midway mark of this third period. It's Kimmich who tries to dish out. That's a breakup by the Mavericks. Defensively trying to recover there. Now the Mavericks are able to bring it down only briefly. That ball is bouncing all over the place. Chasing it down is Jordy Benko. He can't come away with it, and it'll be the Shamrocks who do. In the offensive zone, this is Anderson who rings the iron. Hit the crossbar. Almost made it a 2-goal lead for the Shamrocks as they continue on here in the offensive zone. Kimmich is going to slow things down now. Good pressure there. It was Jordy Benko who had it loose for a second. Lutweiler picks it back up. Lutweiler now runs into 3 Mavericks players. Dishes back out to the top of the arc. Tough to handle there from Kimmich. They'll have to slow things down. Now 8 seconds on the shot clock. Lutweiler fires on, and that's a good save by Swan. Swan's transition pass is unable to be brought down by Jordy Benko, so Shamrocks are going to have an easy time picking that one up out of their own corner. 11 minutes to go. Here comes Calgary. Ferrati into the offensive zone. Right wing side. He'll dish it over for Say. Say now for Auger. Auger into the inside for Miller, who's denied point blank once more by Alex Swan. What a big save that was for Swan. Crucial one as well, as we'll keep it at a one-goal game. This is Jace Victoria into the offensive zone. Mavericks need all the points they can get. They trail the Rocky View Silvertips by 1 point for first in the Central Division. A big game here as they look to keep pace. Shot coming from Grayson Adamson is wide, and that one ricochets off the end wall and back into the Mavericks' end. You want that first place position, of course, as we make our way throughout the regular season. As the playoff picture becomes more and more clear, you want to make sure you have that bye. You want to make your path to the Founders Cup as easy as possible, of course. There's the Shamrocks in the offensive zone. They let fly from distance. That was Engel trying his luck, but Alex Swan up for the task. Picking up the rebound here is Brendan Harnack, and he's away with it. Shamrocks player breaks the stick on the back check. That was Auger, who... That is not insignificant, of course, as an offensive player snapping his stick. We'll have to keep an eye on that. He's been in a rhythm today as well. It's Moratori. Left wing side. Moratori going to work. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Mavs got to make it happen in a hurry. It's Remy Pinchot who lets fly, and swallowing that up is Bjornson. Less than 10 minutes to go now as Bjornsson's pass out of the zone is too hot to handle for any Shamrocks player, but they've got enough numbers down there that they might be able to make something work, but Jace Dolinsky comes away with it first. Mavericks possession. Finds Liam Steele into the offensive zone. 9 minutes to go. Mavericks still down 1. Riley Benko over to the corner. This is Victoria working together with a couple of players. Now Hayden Sutherland lets fly, and that's a nice save by Bjornson. Hayden Sutherland's already got a goal in this one, his 22nd goal of the season, and that one got a good chunk of Bjornson once again. Sloppy pass by the Shamrocks, now in transition. Here's an opportunity, but Jordy Benko just ran over the ball in that instance, couldn't pick up that trickler, and now we've got a whistle here. And it's going to be a possession for the Shamrocks after we come away with this third period media timeout. We'll take a little bit of a breather here as both sides look to collect their breaths. It has been an exciting third period, but we have yet to see a goal scored in this last frame. The final goal that we've seen came at the dying stages of the second period. Shamrocks, of course, called that timeout with 30 seconds to go in a 7-7 game. Made it an 8-7 game, and that's where we stand right now. Should be a doozy of a finish here in Innisfil. 8:36 remaining on the score clock. Shots are 42-47 in favor of the Shamrocks as well. Credit to Calgary over the last, I'd say 15-odd minutes of game time. Maybe even more than that now. Let's call it 20 minutes of game time. They have been fantastic. All over it, and they've really forced the Mavericks into a tough position here. Don't forget, the Mavericks have had two separate 2-goal leads. They've also had a 3-goal lead in one instance. As we resume play. Moratori is looking for it in the offensive zone. Comes away with it as well, now with about 15 on the shot clock. Everett Moratori loses the handle on his stick, and that forces the turnover. O'Dwyer with a strong defensive play. Here comes Calgary back the other way in transition. A little bit of speed. A little too hot to handle, though, on that pass. Now the Mavericks have an opportunity to try to come away with a loose ball in their own zone. Big battle for it. Grayson Adamson is basically all over the ball. Just couldn't get that, but does win the call. So great hustle there by Adamson, the veteran. Less than 8 to go now. This is Dolinsky. Jace Dolinsky still with it. Dishes over. Time of the essence now for the Mavericks. This is Ryder Baumung. Skips one on, got a piece of the goaltender, but They're not able to hang on to possession, so the Shamrocks are going to come away with it. It's Ponchette. Dishes off for Lutweiler. Lutweiler slows things up. Sees Kimmich coming off the bench. Things are slowing down right now for the Shamrocks here, up by a goal. Forcing it to the outside. This is Seth Miller now who'll pick it up. Now they've got just 2 seconds on the shot clock, letting fly from distance. And that one ends up ricocheting up and out of bounds. It's going to be a Mavericks ball. Legs are starting to slow down here. It's a Sunday afternoon game, of course. A couple of these teams already been in action. Both these teams, I should say. Yesterday in Fort Saskatchewan, the Mavericks coming off a victory there, and a long shot off, or pardon me, a defeat, I should say, against the Rebels. Long shot off. Denied there. Transition for the Shamrocks. They're into the offensive zone. Time is becoming a key factor here as the Mavericks continue to trail. Good ragging here by Randy to wheel that ball around. Now Lutweiler's got it. Randy's got it back. Over in the corner. This is Kimmich now. Works his way to the inside, but running out of time before that shot came off. Let's see what the Mavs can do now in the offensive zone. They've been stuck in mud here over the last couple of minutes. Sinclair and Victoria now out there. Jace Victoria peels it to the right wing corner. Now dishes out for Jace Delinsky. Delinsky, nice move around his man. Flies it to the inside and just missed the target. Took a step inside the crease, says the official. So Shamrocks ball. Calgary comes up with it first, and they're away. It's Holochuk. Holochuk takes a heavy hit there, but does make the play. Kimmich keeps it moving. Now to the outside. It's Say, who slips inside. No goal, says the official, as Swan got just enough of that to keep it out. Another crucial play that is, as we approach the 5-minute mark of this third period. Mavericks forced to the outside. Here comes Sutherland now, trying to find a shot lane. Doesn't quite have one. Kicks it to the outside, right wing side. This is Brayden Sinclair. Sinclair now with 5 seconds on the shot clock. The Mavericks going to run out of time again as the Shamrocks force the turnover. Johnston away with it. Slips up, fires on now, and that's a big save again from Alex Swan. Keeps his team in it now with less than 5 to go. Riley Benko now on the right wing side. Gets the offense established. Jace Victoria joins him. Jace Delinsky's got it now. Here comes Delinsky. Fires a low shot on, and Bjornsson makes a big save. Rebound battled for as O'Dwyer is racing to get to the line. And that's a good hustle. He does the job. Now dishes across to the left wing side. It's Snee who's got an opportunity but runs into some traffic. Intensity ramping up tenfold now as we approach the dying stages of this one. Mavericks still trailing 1. It's an 8-7 game. We've yet to see a goal in this third period as the Shamrocks work the perimeter now into the inside. That's a pass that's going to be settled down here by Alex Swan. Now the Mavericks with an opportunity to counter. Over the line, it's Hayden Sutherland. 4 minutes to go. Hayden Sutherland picks it up. 15 on the shot clock, gotta be quick. Here comes Remy Bachot out to the right wing side. This is Sinclair now. Gives it back for Sutherland, who shoots and scores. Hayden Sutherland finds the back of the net. That's goal number 23 this year. Moves within 4 points of becoming the Mavericks' all-time leading scorer. And with that goal, ties this game at 8. Clutch goal once again for Hayden Sutherland, who scored 1 or 2 of those throughout his career as a Mountain View Maverick. A big-time goal for the home Tide as the crowd is back into this one on a Father's Day. Looking to rally. Mavericks in an 8-8 ball game. Just under 4 minutes to go. Can they find another one quickly? Everett Moratori would like to do so. He's got it now in the offensive zone. Gets things established with 25 on the shot clock. Moratori for Jace Delinsky. Moratori wants a change. Delinsky carries on. Now it's Ryder Bama. Over for Admison. Admison now cross field once more. This is Delinsky who fires. That's denied by Bjornsson. Picked up here by the Shamrocks. They're into the offensive zone. Here's Tyler Auger. Good defensive recovery. Slowing it up was Admison. Now away is Kimmich. He had a clean look and missed the target. It's Brendan Harnick racing after it. Over and back. This is going to be a Mavericks ball. 3 minutes to go now in this thriller of a game so far on a Father's Day in Innisfil. Winding and firing and scoring is Jordy Benko. Jordy Benko tells the crowd to get up. Oh, I beg your pardon. That is Jace Victoria who finds the back of the net. I beg your pardon. I thought I saw a 24. That's an 84 with these new numbers for the Mavericks. Jace Victoria, the leading scorer, gets the job done. What a beauty of a goal that was. A beautiful goal from Jace Victoria. It's a 9-8 game. The Mavericks have come to life here over the last couple of minutes. Trailing by 1 at the 5-minute mark, now leading by 1 at the 2.5-minute mark. Should be a good finish to this one. Auger fires and scores. Tyler Auger out of nowhere finds the back of the net, and just like that, it's all square once again. 9-9 here in Innisfil. 2:28 remaining in the third period, and Tyler Auger stuns the crowd and the Mavericks bench. That's a big-time goal by a clutch player in Tyler Auger. The Shamrocks will not go away. They're a 10-2 team for a reason. They know how to close teams out. They know how to win big games. Mavericks looking to do the same. We've got a new one here with 9-9 on the scoreboard. 2.5 to go. The Shamrocks have the first possession following that goal. Here come the Shamrocks with Seth Miller. Miller now runs into some traffic, but possession stays with the Shamrocks. See, over for Lupweiler, who fires, and that one's wide of the target. I beg your pardon, that was Auger who missed the target there. And ends up ricocheting. We've got a cross-checking call coming up. Drake May can't believe it, but there's a cross-checking call coming up, and short-handed will be the Mavericks here with 1 minute and 58 seconds to go. So for the duration of the scoreboard, it's going to be a power play here for the Shamrocks. In a tie game, 9-9. Offense getting started here, working the perimeter. Lutweiler out to Miller. Nice save by Swan. Rebound battled for. The Mavericks looking for it. They can't come away. Lodemeyer has to regroup as the offense gets reestablished here. Auger gets it back. Just scored the big goal. Fires again. Swan got a piece of that one. Mavericks pick up the loose ball. Grayson Admison running to half. Gets there. Runs into a big hit from Auger. Frees up the ball as well. He's into the offensive zone. He elects to wait. Reinforcements coming his way. 1 minute and 10 seconds on the scoreboard. There's Miller. Right wing side, Say, Miller. This is Auger. Back to Say. Back to Auger now. Top of the arc. Fires. That is denied by Swan. Great save by Alex Swan. Gives it to Delinsky. Up the floor they come. Mavericks in transition. Sutherland. He scores. Hayden Sutherland. A short-handed tally. A hat-trick goal. Hayden Sutherland with the absolute beauty. What a goal. Short-handed. The Mavericks have taken the lead with 43 seconds to go. An unbelievable setup by the Mavericks. Great passing through the neutral zone. Heads up play the whole way. And there's no doubt the clutchness of Hayden Sutherland comes through once again, finding the back of the net. Less than a minute to go. The Mavericks with a lead. It's 10-9. Shamrocks looking to answer back as they have all afternoon long. Kimmich gives it out for Ferrati. Now for Miller. Miller into the corner for Lutweiler. Lutweiler for Auger. Now back to Miller. Lutweiler for Auger. Lutweiler now crashing towards the goal and taking a step in the crease. It'll be a Mavericks ball. Less than 14 to go now. Lodemeyer can't work his way out, but he does have the last possession. They're over half. Last gas opportunity for Ferrati. He's got it in the offensive zone. Sets it up for Auger, who scores. Tyler Auger scores with double zeros on the board. Tyler Auger scores. It's double zeros on the scoreboard. I got to be honest, when I looked at the board, this thing was over. I did not, however, look before I saw the shot go. I have no idea what the call here will be. This is going to be absolutely airtight, and it is a goal. It will stand. It's a 10-10 game with double zeros on the board. You would have to find an IMAX slow motion camera to slow that thing down to find out exactly when that went in the back of the net. I don't think we're ever going to get a clear answer. I don't think we're ever going to hear anything that the Mavericks like. I think this is ball game. 10-10. Wow. What a stunner here in Innisfil. Both teams chatting things over right now. Mavericks say there should have been a timeout call. That's the argument now from Brendan Harnick and the leadership crew. But it looks like this is going to count. 10-10. Crazy. Looks like we're going to go to overtime for 5 minutes. My first taste of overtime action here in the RMLL. What a game we've seen, though, this afternoon on Father's Day. Good crowd on hand for it. Lead changes galore. Shamrocks with the initial lead. The Mavericks answered back. At one point, they had a 3-goal lead. They had a couple of 2-goal leads in there as well. The Shamrocks have answered back each and every time, but credit to the Mavericks as well. Mavs were also down in this one. They battled back. Most recently, with 5 minutes to go, they were down 8-7. It's now 10-10. It's been an interesting finish to this game and will continue to be so. Overtime. O'Dwyer picks up the ball. The Shamrocks have the first possession. Mavericks looking to slow that down immediately, though, but Calgary regains as Auger can't hold on to that one. It's over the line. Racing after it are the Mavericks. They'll get their first chance here in OT. Remy Benchad will pick it up. Benchad dishes out for Sinclair. Now it's with Jace Delinsky. Steps into the inside. Delinsky, no shot lane there for him. Gives it to Sutherland, who's on a hat trick. Hayden Sutherland still with it now. Whips a low shot towards goal, and that one ricochets before it can do any damage. Hayden Sutherland, he has got the hot stick right now, having scored the tying goal and the go-ahead goal before, of course, the Shamrocks answered back. Now here come the Shamrocks with Lutweiler into the offensive zone. Big Lutweiler looking to set up his man Say, but that one got away from him. Now racing after it is Seth Miller. Battle in the corner for it. The Mavericks looking to whack that ball away, but Say is going to come up with it first. He's pushed up, but still has possession. Whips one down low. It's turned over. Mavericks ball. 4 minutes of overtime action remaining. Jace Victoria can't hang on to it. Loose ball all over the place. The Mavericks keep it over half. Jace Delinsky chasing that down. Peels out of the left-hand corner. Now sets up Braden Sinclair. Now right wing side. This is Victoria. Out to the top. Letting fly is Benko. Big save by Bjornsson. Now it's picked up again by the Shamrocks. O'Dwyer is away. 2 men up the court. Waiting for more people to get back. Mavericks now defensively make some adjustments as well. Last change just being completed now as Lutweiler continues on for the Shamrocks. Lutweiler now to the top. It's Say. Say now winds, fires through traffic. Alex Swan had to battle to find that ball, but credit to him, he did just that. Offense restarts now for the Shamrocks. This is Ferrati for Auger. Auger now backdoor feed intended for Say. Bobbled it, but picks it right back up. Say continues on. Gives it for Auger. Let's fly! And that's blocked before it could get to the target. Now big Alex Swan will slow things down as he finds the loose ball and will dish it out to his transition team. Braden Sinclair. Right wing side. Sinclair surveys the area. Gives it over for Jace Delinsky now. Delinsky. Couple of spin moves by Jace Delinsky. Now comes out for Hayden Sutherland. Sutherland, nice spin move himself. Now gets to the area, fires on. And just couldn't find the back of the net. Good save by Bjornsson. Shamrocks now, trouble breaking out. It's going to be Grayson Admison battling to keep it in. And he gets absolutely blown up. Johnston levels Grayson Admison. No call on that one, and we will continue even strength. Grayson Admison was already laboring earlier in this game, and that's going to be a hard one to shake off as well, as it's Sutherland who lets fly, looking for some deception there on the goaltender, but up to the task was Bjornsson. We've got less than 2 minutes to go in overtime, as the Shamrocks take too long to get over half. It'll be a turnover, and Mavericks with an opportunity in the offensive zone. Offense looking to get set up here now with Sinclair, who kicks it over for Jace Victoria. Gives it for Ryder Baumung. Baumung now with about 90 seconds to play with here in overtime. 10 on the shot clock for the Mavericks. Here's Moratori, fakes the inside, takes the outside. Slips up there, now with 5 seconds on the shot clock. Whips a sharp angle shot on, and that is denied by Bjornsson. Now it's the Shamrocks with an opportunity of their own. They're over half now as they get established with Johnston. Just leveled that big hit there on Grayson Admison. Setting up offensively now is Auger, who dishes out for Kimmich. Kimmich with an opportunity here on the backhand. Can't get a shot off. Now will dish out for Say. Say now will take his opportunity, and that one's off a leg and wide. Picked up now by Jordy Benko. Dishes out the Mavericks in transition. They're into the offensive zone. We've got less than a minute to go in this overtime period. We're looking at a tie ball game here. Jace Delinsky into the area, looking to change it, and he will. Jace Delinsky wins it in overtime. Hat-trick goal for Delinsky, and he ends it. The Mavericks, they win this one in a thriller on Father's Day. What an incredible game this was between two of the best teams in the Rocky Mountain Lacrosse League. An unbelievable effort by both sides to battle back from deficits, taking leads, and going to overtime. What a finish. Jace Delinsky, the hat-trick goal, and one of the biggest goals of his RMLL career. Big-time overtime winner. Alex Swan will lead the handshakes as the Shamrocks, they can't believe it, just their third defeat of the season. Meanwhile, the Mavericks with their 9th victory of the year as well, and they keep pace, all importantly, with the Rocky View Silvertips. Less than 39 seconds to go in overtime. It's an 11-10 final. Delinsky, your overtime hero. Incredible, incredible game today. Both teams really came to play on this Father's Day. It was a great crowd as well. Mavericks, great game day hosts, of course, as well. If you ever get an opportunity, come on down here to the Innisfil Twin Arena. Check out the Mavs bar, of course, as well. And it's just one of the best environments in the entire league, if you ask me. Great playing surface here as well. As always, great, great games between the Mavericks and it seems like whoever they play, but especially against the cream of the top. And the Shamrocks are just that. I'm sure we're going to see more of these two teams as we move our way throughout the postseason picture. At least once more in the regular season. What a game this was inside the broadcast booth. Want to thank some of our great sponsors who help make it all happen, of course. That includes Platinum Fitness, Ingham McKee Insurance, Red Source for Sports, C&B Electric, Carry Flaws Real Estate, and many others, of course, as well. As I just misplaced my other part of the program here, so that would make it hard to find that. But as I filibuster enough to find that for you, we'll see if I can do that. Next broadcast for the Mountain View Mavericks will come a little bit later on, I believe, in the month of June. On June 22nd, in fact. I believe that is next Sunday. The Red Deer Rampage come to town. That'll be a great one, of course, a local rivalry. Looking forward to that one, and we'll have it here on the Mavs YouTube channel. We thank you for being alongside with us for this one. 11-10 final. Jay Stalinsky with the hat-trick hero. An incredible effort by the Mavericks to come back a handful of times, but all the credit in the world. 9-2-1. They'll look to improve that record next week, and we'll have the broadcast for you, like I say, Sunday afternoon against the Red Deer Rampage. Baron Van Klooster signing off.